bring it herself.
Georgetown, as we said, 31% on the season, but only 28% from range 10 in 2024. So she brings a lot of relief for Sarah Strong in that regard, giving her some help. And UConn is pressing her not. They're everywhere defensively, and that was like
generating offense. Fudd pulls up, smooth.
What are you going to do with that? I mean, so shifty. I think she put it down and did.
Pass to KK Arnold, gets it back from Fudd. One more to the corner, and Strong, everything but the bucket.
And that's something that Georgetown is going to have to take care of.
HBO Max. Got both for UConn. Kaylee Heckel into the game. Ali Zabel as well.
We're looking at what Georgetown does.
Too good a look. Yeah. I mean, one of the best in the country. Undeterred from the three-point line.
Well, you can't get hung up on.
Agubada challenging Strong and gets the roll.
Listen here, that was a tough bucket right there. A finger roll with the left. Got that one to go.
They screen for Fudd. She's doing it all this time for the mid-range. 13 to lead the way.
We're seeing today. Yeah, no question about it. She also played AAU basketball with the boys up until about 8th grade.
Bender, Blanca pokes it away, running the floor. Beautiful pass. The Huskies are everywhere.
Yeah, and that's what happens.
Points off turnovers. Here's Scott at the wing. Into the corner. Hession splashes it right in front of the UConn bench.
Yeah, Heidi Hession off the bench.
Shade attacks that closeout, and she knocks down the pull-up jumper.
And she's had to do it in different ways. We've seen that too, getting her face in the fan.
Davis from behind the line. Summer Davis. The Hoyas have had her in the starting.
Knocking in these triples, and Coach Haney said, hey, we may have to pump up the volume in terms of how many threes we take. They only took 16 against where UConn has been challenged against Michigan earlier in the year, and most recently against Villanova. They made UConn defends well in terms of three-point field goal defense.
Pretty fall away. Kaya Miller working against KK Arnold.
Kaya Miller came off the bench.
18.8 belong to the Hoyas.
Well, that's what Gino Auriemma said as well. You know, the 24 assists to lead the country. He said we...
Crossing over on Fudd. Gets Strong on the switch for left as she hoists, but cannot hit. And it's cleaned up by Strong. And they protect a 1-point advantage after 10 minutes.
26K for a crib. Oh, okay.
Fudd with 13 of the 21 points.
Tuffy, and she can stretch the floor, and that's what Sarah Williams was telling us after practice. She said, you know, I can get the free AZ Fudd up for those triples up top. They have to stay awake and alert.
Strong goes back-to-back.
Cash from the corner. Everything else, 60-40, that's insane. But she is only a sophomore. She's 19 years old.
Sarah Strong's instinct is one of her superpowers. Earlier this season, Coach Gino Auriemma shared with me the things that she does are not the things that we taught her. He attributes that DNA or even her background as a former soccer player in Spain with the ability to see.
Gets lost in the shuffle of all the superlatives at this end.
Got to come and meet passes.
23 of the 29 for UConn. And they force a double dribble here. Streak is extended here tonight.
And just flat out phenomenal.
She's got all 10 for UConn in the quarter.
I mean, she even had man-to-man. This full court man-to-man pressure. And they're going to go to where you are.
Next closest high majors are at 6.6. That's kind of like a catch-all metric of how many of your team's wins are you single-handedly responsible for. The board, it's Agubada who wins that battle. Back to Scott, facing up on Strong. One of 14 Huskies who landed on the 80s on a roll with a 3.0 or better. There's so many superlatives to talk about with this program. Maybe the academics don't get...
And there's traffic, and there you can't get the outlet pass to your teammates. And they just caused such dramatic case in that first quarter. UConn's done a better job of running them off the line than this one.
Miller over Shade. That was sweet.
Yeah, very sweet. I mean, she's super...
Off the screen from Zabel. Steps inside the line and buries it.
Yeah, we saw UConn and shoot around today, attacking.
Point challenge from Georgetown at the quarter break. No surprise to see her take over and dominate to create some separation. I know Autumn was listening into our huddles. Let's send it over to her.
She also had 8 steals, which tied a career high on the defensive side, so she was doing it all in that one. It can't just be a sometimey thing.
7 of those turnovers here in the second. To your point, Christy?
Of her shot need to be studied. I mean, it's just exactly how a shooter should shoot it.
But missing here. Offensive rebound. Heckel looking all the way across to Isabel.
Georgetown
into the top. Great lob. And Strong is heading to the free throw line.
And let's take a look at AZ Fudd.
Designed by Direct Influence.
I think so. But WCAC, just a phenomenal ability to score it. And mom, Katie Fudd, was also an All-American shirt. But that's Tim Fudd to her right. Katie Fudd right there was a phenomenal scorer. I mean, I remember seeing her play back in the DMV.
In Coventry, where 3 generations of the family have spent their winters during AZ Fudd's college career. Here she is. Heckel comes to get it, rising for 2.
Right there off that screen. Saw semi-drop coverage there and took advantage in the mid-range.
Have the answer. Now Alfie grabs another rebound. She's been dominant.
I know they've made a couple threes, but maybe test the interior a little bit. And that's not necessarily throwing it to the post players, but that's like
Fudd with 3 Hoyas behind the play. Chooses Blanca, who's fouled. Jewett gives that.
Georgetown's going to need to do to get back into this one. And whether that's get all the way downhill or commit defense to collapse and shrink the paint.
The screen. Found Quinones again. A corner 3 is good. In quarter, AZ Fudd sends it to the wing. Shade with 3 drives a crease and gives the foul as she trips with 1.6. Only half. A deflection will wind the clock. And after 2 periods, UConn 48, Georgetown 25.
Georgetown sticking with their zone here to start the second half.
KK Arnold, who did not have. Agubada spots Scott into the hands of Sarah Strong, who drops it off to Williams. And a free throw to follow.
You're so unselfish with it.
Sarah, latecomer to basketball. She started in middle school. Her brother influenced her, and she said she wasn't good when she first started. Her friend was on an AU team, and she told her coach, Fred Ford.
Traffic flies by. It's Williams from Strong.
Yeah, Sarah Williams taking her time, but staying aggressive. And to your point, Autumn, I mean, she also said
dominating they've been for the freshman class, but also for someone through the transfer portal like Sarah Williams.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, beautiful basketball to watch.
Boy is unaware of the shot clock situation. A careless violation there to give it back to UConn. Great find in the corner. And Shade pays it off with 3.
But that's schematically what I was talking about in the first half, right? That basketball went to meet the pass, as she should have, but then there was a collision right away by KK Arnold.
Shooting. There's another wild miss that Fudd collects. The hit ahead. Shade on the sprint outs.
Ashlyn Shade's first 3 steps out of the gates right there to push tempo is on us a lot. We had 6 seniors.
Pretty shot there from your daughter, Brianna Scott. Again, finishing strong. She scored in double figures 11 times in this super senior season.
Yeah, right there at the elbow. Got that one up and in, and sometimes you don't have to battle down in the paint.
Sarah Williams almost brought it out.
Got the vein popped up on my forehead over here. What?
Kavi Hessian will challenge and score. Senior day coming Sunday against DePaul for the. It rattles out, and let's see. Are we staying at this end? We will. Back to the end of practice, those are the constants on which this program is built.
Yeah, but when that door starts closing, especially for seniors, we were in the locker room before the coaches came in at halftime, and we were all saying, we cannot lose this game. It was nip and tuck, going back and forth, and our coach came in and said, you cannot play not to lose her, but you have to do what got you there.
Only the 6th turnover there for UConn, and they steal it right back. AZ Fudd stopped at the line, comes up short. Shade is there to collect the offensive boom. How about...
You talk about pressure for an undefeated season. Repeating a national championship is another conversation AZ Fudd shared she does about being present and taking it one day at a time.
Fudd with a nice find. Off the screen, Blanca Quiñones inside.
Yeah, her pressure is a privilege. Trying to get ready for the Big East tournament.
It's a place the Huskies have played before, but this is the first time it's a standalone women's basketball.
UConn staying disciplined on the defensive side, and this is a play that the
if those are the shots we're going to get, then I'm going to put it up from here, from the hash mark.
I'm pulling.
And it goes over to Georgetown.
Solid defense right there.
Here's nice find on the baseline. Nowacki making herself available. Now Jewett challenging and entering the game, spelling Ashlyn Shade. It's Chet Nowacki leaving for Georgetown, and head coach Darnell. Huskies singing around the perimeter. Back tap to Strong, and now Fudd in front of her friends. Knocked down.
Picked to be the rookie of the year in the Big East.
No disrespect to her. I think that's just a repetition. Hoya's had a great shooting night, all things considered, from behind the arc.
Yeah, a couple of cracks at it on that possession.
Norm, as Oriema pointed out, going to the half.
And the 5 ranked teams. And she is clicking on all cylinders, but UConn has held those 5 ranked teams that they've played this year to 34, and that may change things.
Hackle with a physical rebound. Double at the moment. She's already got 13 and 10 with 7 assists.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
You mentioned the bracket, the matchup potentially between Georgetown and UConn.
They split this season, sitting at the 8-9 spot currently, with a couple games left on the slate.
And that last bump drew the whistle. 14th foul of this quarter on Connecticut.
Georgetown has to fight to even keep the possession alive. We're not even talking about scoring the ball. We're talking about saving a possession to have
a superpower on the court, saying it's caused me to be more vocal and communicate more. I know I can't hear a lot of things, so I make sure I'm hyped. When she first got here at Georgetown, she personally uses it to get her foundation up off the ground. She's still waiting for that, but she personally uses this.
No, I love that. And I love that story by Autumn Johnson. And you know, you think about Emma Meeseman, WNBA.
Seconds remaining. They're doubling up Georgetown in this period, but the Hoyas get to finish it at the line with Layla Jewett again.
Everyone, you know, people who haven't won anything are like, why is he so upset? I mean, they're up by so many, and it doesn't matter what the score is. You stay locked into your principles and your culture. I like it.
Zabel blocked at the horn. A momentum for the Georgetown Hoyas.
To get downhill, we used to have a play like that. I loved it. It's called Seahawks. Shout out to South Lakes. But no,
back.
And that's what Gino Ariema wants Sarah Williams to do more of, right? Stay aggressive on the glass. And that's what he told us at shoot-around. He wants the best for his players, and you can feel it.
It's a long 2 for Shade that goes begging. Williams again padding her rebounding total. This one goes over.
They're not looking to put the ball inside every single time. Downstairs to Lauren Betts in the
positions, because they have depth at every single position. They've got 2 scoring point guards, as you mentioned, versatile wings, 3-point shooting, rim protect to UCLA from a Lauren Betts. Jana right there with the midi, but you talk to everyone, and it was the experience piece of the Final Four. It can be
talented. She's got storytelling.
What do you need me to do?
I love it.
I can do it all.
Talk to him. No, I concur.
In many different ways, especially on the perimeter, Joyce Edwards inside, you name it. And what makes the team go is truly Raven Johnson. I mean, just at the point guard position.
Hessian off the screen. Zabel defending. This is Summer Davis. Buries a 3 on the road in Hartford. I'll throw one more your way. The Longhorns of Texas.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has just been absolutely suffocating. Turnovers, because no one knows when they're going up. Can't get into rebounding position. But that's what they have to shore up moving forward in March.
She's a mid-range monster. Yeah. That combination alone, I think now we're seeing a balance outside of that on the perimeter. Inside, this team is putting it together. And
I'm fine, Christy, but leave me out of this. I got the #1 team in the nation, although you make great cases.
No, I'm not. I'm just putting out the contenders here. What they're second guess yourself. And talk about the second year of Sarah Strong. What we're seeing, she's just scratching the surface. Paired with an AZ, Sarah Strong and AZ Fudd don't even play a lot of fourth quarters. You know what I mean? So this team They're getting experience when you look at their depth. I think that's huge when it comes to Mars.
And then take those cuts, those slice cuts from the nail. Those are tough to guard, especially when you're fixated on the drive happening. Like, obviously not well connected enough and as consistently as they have needed to. But I think the zone defense is the best defense.
Chris Daly behind the scenes, focusing on her strengths, her superpowers, rebounding, defense, and energy as she lists them.
Yeah.
Pass below the break. Another three goes begging. Davis twins get after it in this fourth quarter before they get out of Hartford. Head home. Zabel makes the pass to the top. Superb ball movement by the Huskies.
Yeah, got Georgetown in rotation that time.
Turnover leads to a run out for Georgetown. And the putback for Chetnowecki.
Nice job to sprint the floor.
Square Garden on Sunday night. UConn will have 3 of the top 6 winning streaks in D1 women's basketball history. See it in print.
Phenomenal.
Fisher, fresh off the bench, does not miss her moment.
Yeah, that's why she was picked as the preseason freshman of the year.
The game in DC was a big one for her too, hailing from the Baltimore area. We billed that as AZ Fudd's final homecoming, but Khalees Fisher had a lot of friends and family. Fisher again, not this time. Sharm has the offensive rebound. Patterson on the floor for UConn to close this one out. Here she is with a mid-range opportunity. Clangs off iron. Fisher, the follow, and one.
Yeah, there's an opportunity to get in there and get tagged on the way up.
Darnell Haley getting some final substitutes into the game. We've seen Alexia Dagiba in. Modesty McConnell.
Feisty on defense and the ability to finish on the offensive side. Helped out in stretches in this one. In the second quarter, they had to put the clamps on and run them off that three-point line and get line ball turnovers. And got some offensive production off of those.
Back to last season, 57 regular season conference games in a row, matching their own longest streak in Big East history. And how about 66?